Objection, Your Honour. Hey, I'm at the Adelaide District Court. Don't worry, I haven't done anything wrong. But in about 15 minutes' time, there's going to be 2 teams of high school students coming in to do a mock trial. What is a mock trial? Hopefully they can tell me. Not guilty.
You were in fact the aggressor, correct?
May I have one moment to confer with my solicitors?
She did it.
It would have been very difficult to see the event unfold.
Miss Smith has not been officially accused of any crime.
Who knows what's going to happen here? I don't know what's going to happen.
Jack, can you tell me what's going on? What's a mock trial?
So a mock trial is basically a fake court scenario.
So you have a court trial, obviously. Mock trial is basically a made-up version of that, with 2 schools competing against each other.
Where you have your prosecution and your defence, and it's pretty much they go against each other to win the case.
What's the case tonight? What's happened?
I have been punched.
No.
I know, brutal.
So basically tonight we're doing the prosecution of Ashley Hart. And Ashley Hart had a best friend called Sam Smith, and
The singer?
no, not the singer, just the person. The same Smith, same name though.
The incident is the alleged cheating in a test, which eventually led to the alleged punching of Sam Smith by Ashley Hart.
That's what happened, and the defence is wrong if they argue otherwise.
Wow. Ashley Smith. I've mixed the names.
Welcome to round 2 of the Law Society of South Australia's mock trial competition.
Miss Smith was punched in the face 5 times.
Tonight's matchup is between Scotch College and Adelaide Botanic High. As you just heard, a mock trial is essentially a simulated court case. So all of these guys have different roles and tasks that you would see in an actual court case.
What is your role tonight?
My role, I'm barrister, so I'm first barrister.
So you make the coffees and stuff?
Yeah, I do.
Barrister
I do
joke.
get to make the...
I'm the first barrister, so I'll provide a opening address, I'll cross-examine Sam Smith, and I will conduct examination in chief of Ashley Hart.
So we ask our own witness some fun little questions, and then I get to do the cross questions, so I get to be big and mean and ask the other people questions, trying to trap them and make them confess. So, yeah.
Tell me, what's your role tonight?
I am George Borelli for the defence. I've known Ashley for a while, so I know she would never do something like this.
She definitely did it.
And they're going to try and prove that she didn't do it.
Yes, and that I punched her. I know.
Blasphemous.
Kidding, I'm not taking sides.
Well, we were solicitors, we were our barristers' help support.
We basically highlight all the information that is taken in examination in chief so the barristers can use it, and we try and get any notes that they've missed so that everything is covered.
I'm here with the judge, Raphael.
Yes.
What is your role tonight?
So as the name suggests, I'm here to take control of the proceedings, so to speak, to make sure everything's done in a fair manner and to hopefully ensure that justice is done.
Fair enough. What are you looking for as a judge to make your adjudication on what happens tonight?
I'm looking for some clarity in the argument, structure as well, but also a willingness to engage with the judge and to answer the judge's questions.
Right, let's run through tonight's proceedings. Each team consists of 7 students. 2 as barristers, 2 as solicitors, 2 as witnesses, and 1 as either sheriff's officer or judge's associate. Proceedings begin when the judge enters. Everyone in the courtroom stands up, we all bow, very respectful, and the sheriff's officer announces that court is now in session. After a few introductions, the first barrister for the plaintiff, which in this case is Sam Smith, gives their opening address.
Miss Hart, through the action of punching, can be established to have caused Miss Smith pain.
Which is where they explain to the judge their version of events and basically outline the case they're about to present.
That the wrong person is on trial, and that it is in fact Sam Smith that should be on trial for assaulting our client.
Then, the first witness for the prosecution is called to the stand.
I'd now like to call upon our first witness, Miss Smith.
This is where the prosecution begins something called an examination in chief. They'll have 15 minutes to ask questions of their witness, to get their side of the story and present evidence to the judge.
Let's move forward a little bit. What happened after the exam?
Then the defence team gets a turn in a process called a cross-examination. Barristers for the defence team will ask questions of the witness, and it's their time to challenge that witness's version of events and, poke holes in their story.
And that was exactly what you did, correct?
While all of this happens, teams can make objections. Once evidence is given to the judge, it's part of the official court record. So if there are things you don't want on the record, or evidence you don't want the judge to consider in their ruling, you can make an objection. There's a long list of reasons you may object to a question or an answer. A question might be vague, or a barrister might ask two questions at once. They might repeat the same question, or their questions might not even be relevant. You can also object to answers, if they're opinion-based or if the witness is avoiding the question entirely. When you make an objection, you have to explain your reason for it. The judge then makes a decision to either sustain or overrule the objection. If they sustain, a question might need to be rephrased or tossed out. Or things that the witness has said could be scratched from the record. If the judge overrules, well, then things just continue. In this mock trial, both sides have two witnesses to call to the stand. But in a real trial, there can be any number of witnesses. There's no limit. Once all the evidence has been presented to the court, there's a little break, while both sides consult with their solicitors and get ready to present their closing arguments. During the closing argument, the prosecution will sum up the evidence
On New Year's Eve 2022.
and explain to the judge how each piece of evidence supports their case, while the defence will explain how the prosecution has failed to prove its case.
Alex Martin has testified that Sam Smith accused my client of cheating during the exam.
And there should be reasonable doubt that the prosecution's version of events is what actually happened. After another short break comes the moment of truth. The judge comes back out and gives his ruling.
And equally, I award this mock trial to Scott Australia.
So I'm here with the whole winning team. Should we do like a premiership photo?
Yeah,
winners. Is that what you do at trial? I don't know. How do you guys think you went?
Yeah, we were very happy with how it went.
I think we came with a strong judgment and some strong evidence to support our claims, and yeah, we pulled through with that.
I went okay, but I also felt like I couldn't breathe for a lot of that there.
Look, I thought the prosecution did a really good job. I thought the evidence that came from the complainant was well presented. Ultimately, I found the defence to be more persuasive in this case.
What do you reckon was like the power play, the winning play tonight? Who's got it?
Me. I was the power play. I smashed it. Without witnesses, there's no proof, no evidence, no success.
Do you all want to be lawyers when you grow up?
Not after this. I've had my share. I've had enough. Done. Been there, done that, can move on.